Hello guys, welcome to another video of Talking with Can. This time we are taking a video in the scenic Niagara on the lakes area. It's a beautiful area of Niagara Falls where all Niagarans and all international individuals come to have a great time during the summer. So Vishnu, we know what a PR sponsorship is. Basically, you can bring in your husband who is in another country into Canada as a direct PR. But what are the different kinds of PR sponsorships, as in the applications?
So there are two different sort of PR applications when we are talking about a PR sponsorship application. One is inland application and second one is outland application.
So what is an outland application comparing to an inland application?
So the inland application is for that applicant, or I would say that partner, who is gonna be inside Canada on any sort of visa, which includes visitor visa, work permit, study permit. If the individual get married to a PR or a citizen, can apply for inland PR sponsorship, which will accompany with a work permit application. The only difference between inland and outland is package is same. However, the outland application will not able to apply for a work permit until unless the person come to Canada and apply for a work permit, being accompanied as an inland.
Okay, and what is the processing time like? Does it differ comparing to like outland and inland?
Of course. So like any other applications, when we are talking about the PR sponsorship application, the same way, if it is inside inland at this point, inland applications are taking almost 3 to 5 months time to get it approved. Whereas when we are talking about the outland application, the recent few applications which we got approved took around 6 to 9 months.
Okay, and how can a person, let's say he or she is currently in Canada, how can they make their file the strongest file when putting into submission?
When we are talking about a PR sponsorship application, the most important thing is that to prove the genuinity of relationship. That means it doesn't matter that if you're getting married to a person who have a low education, have no IELTS, the person have no employment or a financial background, nothing is required. The only thing which is mandatory and need to be proven is that the relationship is genuine. That means when we are applying for inland or outland application, the most important factor to make the application strong and get approved faster is to prove the genuinity of the relationship, which means if it is a love marriage, very easy to prove, narrate your story as a marriage outline or produce a SOP, statement of purpose. But if it is an arranged marriage, try to include some affidavit, photos of marriage, testimonies of your friend, get a letter from the church, temple, gurdwara, just to prove that the relationship is arranged and it is between the family agreement where they got approved.
So Vishnu, what all kind of relationship can apply for a PR sponsorship?
So when we are talking about a PR sponsorship, like I told, the most important thing is the genuinity of relationship. It is not the only thing that, okay, if you get married in a traditional way, big fat wedding happened, then only you can able to apply for a PR sponsorship application. The PR sponsorship application approved 3 sort of relationship, which means 1, married. If you hold a proper marriage certificate, proper wedding, you can go through that. The second relation which CIC approves is something called as conjugal partner. That means you used to be living together before. Because of certain circumstances, it can be immigrational, political, distance, that right now you guys are not living together. So if someone lived together back home for more than 2 years, 3 years together, but not able to get married, that's not a big deal. Now, if the one person is a PR citizen in Canada, that person can sponsor the other partner on a PR sponsorship. And the third and most important thing is the common law, where many people get mixed their common law with their married relationship. The marriage is all about if you have a marriage certificate, whereas if you do not want to get married or due to some circumstances you don't have a marriage certificate, that's not a big deal. If you can prove that you're living together right now 12 months continuously within Canada or outside Canada together, that's all you need. An individual or the couple will be qualified to apply for a PR sponsorship under the family class.
So there is a rumor going around which states that even if you have a fiance, that is, if you are engaged to an individual who is in India or any other country other than Canada, you can sponsor him through a spousal PR sponsorship. Is that true?
Unfortunately, it is not true. Always remember, like I just told, the 3 sort of relationship which is accepted by CIC is either married, conjugal or common law. Other than these 3, If someone has just got engaged to someone and wanted to apply for PR sponsorship, it's not going to work. You really need to have a proper marriage certificate, living together, or you need to prove that you used to be living before as a couple somewhere on a same address to get qualified for this PR sponsorship application.
All right, and there was a new recent policy which was introduced regarding this matter. How does that affect the whole PR sponsorship?
The new policy, which came around last month in the month of June, July, states that if a person apply for a PR sponsorship outlined application, earlier, like I told before, person who is sponsoring cannot able to give a work permit to the individual and the processing time is too long. The new PR sponsorship policies now explain that if an individual apply for a PR sponsorship under the family class outlined application, they can able to apply for a TRV which will be given a priority, which means a person can now get a visitor visa, can come to Canada, and once the person is within Canada can apply on a open work permit. So this is a new thing where earlier it used to conflict with a visitor visa application, but now CIC itself say that under the family reunion, if someone's application is under the PR sponsorship application, apply for TRV, come to Canada and get a work permit.
Yet another question from the rumor mill is that regarding the requirements, if the person is outside Canada and the spouse is sponsoring that individual, does that individual require an IELTS score, finances, maybe a professional history to prove in front of the CIC?
So PR sponsorship is an entirely different sort of application for PR, where the applicant, the primary applicant means who is getting sponsored, do not need to prove finance, do not need to prove the work experience, do not need to prove any education history or any other things which usually required for a PNP and PR application. So in short, if someone is applying for a PR sponsorship, the only thing need to be considered is that the genuinity of relationship. Other than that, even a person is not educated, not well educated, not having a good bank account, that's totally fine. One more thing I would like to add with this whole content is that who is sponsoring this PR or citizen who is in Canada cannot able to go on any kind of social assistance during this entire process. So one thing which I commonly notice is that the individual who is a citizen or PR technically go with some kind of social benefits. So one thing very clearly keep in mind, if someone is wanted to sponsor their spouse under the common law, conjugal or a married couple, please do not go on any kind of social assistance. Try to away from that because there are numerous applications which are getting refused because of this one silly mistake.
Thank you for joining yet another video of Talking with Can. It's been a pleasure joining you guys. If you have any more questions like these, please feel free to DM us on our social media platforms, and always please feel free to leave a comment. We hope that your Canadian dreams comes to fruition this year. All the best. Thank you.
Like, comment and subscribe. See ya.